Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share our videos with a couple of friends. We're trying to reach 500 subscriptions. This is from The Direct. James Gunn confirms his new Batman will copy Tom Holland's Spider-Man strategy. Let's read a little more into what that means. The DCU's Batman will take a page from the book of Marvel Studios and Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Although Robert Pattinson's caped Crusader stalks the streets of Gotham in the Batman franchise from Matt Reeves, James Gunn also intends to bring in an all-new Bruce Wayne for his and Peter Safran's revamped DCU. This new Bat will exist in a separate continuity from Reeves' efforts. In a Threads post, DCU boss James Gunn replied to a fan asking why the DCU is overlooking origin stories. Some may recall that Gunn previously confirmed that 2025's Superman is not an origin tale for the Man of Steel. The DC Studios co-CEO responded that general audience familiarity is the driving force behind choosing to skip over Clark and Bruce's early years, and it has a lot to do with how the MCU handled Tom Holland's Spider-Man backstory. I'm not telling Batman and Superman's origin stories again because everyone knows them. That's a quote from James Gunn himself. He raised a good point, too. Nearly every live-action Batman adaptation has shown Thomas and Martha Wayne getting gunned down in Crime Valley by a mugger. Suffice it to say that none of this will be depicted in the upcoming Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Several embellishments have been put on this event across incarnations as well. Sometimes the gunman becomes the Joker. Sometimes Martha's pearls fall to the ground in slow motion. Fox's television series Gotham spent 5 seasons drawing out the origin of the Dark Knight, but the endpoint is always the same. The bottom line is that if a random individual on the street were asked, chances are they could be able to explain at least part of the story behind how Bruce Wayne became Batman. On the other side of the comic book movie aisle, Marvel Studios elected to completely jump past Peter Parker's origin. 2017's Spider-Man Homecoming only made oblique references to the radioactive spider bite and Uncle Ben's murder. Even after nearly a decade of Tom Holland's Spidey being a player in the MCU, his early days as a superhero have not been shown. Homecoming director John Watts was quoted on the matter in Sean O'Connell's book, With Great Power, How Spider-Man Conquered Hollywood During the Golden Age of Comic Book Blockbusters. This is another quote from Watts himself. It was just so nice to skip past it and just deal with more with the repercussions and just explore it from the perspective of someone else finding out about it and having a lot of questions, end quote. Watts' logic is sound. By leapfrogging a hero's formative days, a comic book movie can cut right to the meat and potatoes and show the characters in action sooner. The man behind the Batman, Matt Reeves, also remarked on the repetition of Batman's origin back in 2022, noting that fans have seen the origin so many times. So for Gunn's DCU not only choosing to not show Batman or Superman's first time out is sidestepping the potential annoyance of the audience as they watch Krypton blow up for the umpteenth time, but it's also giving the people what they came for, more time with Bruce as Batman himself. DC Studios' Superman obviously hits theaters on July 11th, 2025, and we've talked about Superman a lot. So now we have context to what was being said there. When you see Batman and the Brave and the Bold version of Batman, you're going to get Batman that's already been Batman functioning. Now, we did see that again in Matt Reeves, so Matt Reeves was kind of really the first one doing that live action again. And I think even when Nolan did the Batman, there was reference to Batman's beginning, so he kind of did the same thing, but he did it in a more artistic way, in a way that was more interesting, where they showed Batman or Bruce Wayne in the League of Shadows with Ra's al Ghul training him. So that was a different angle as well, but still the origin of Bruce Wayne at the same time. I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. We have seen the origin of Batman. Everyone, for the most part at this point, knows the origin of Batman, so there's no reason to actually show that in depth or spend too much screen time on it. Maybe, you know, with the Brave and the Bold, they have an older Bruce Wayne as well, so that can be kind of cool too. Robin is going to make an appearance, obviously. If they do that, that'd be awesome. But we'll just have to see what James Gunn does with this. Obviously, we know Superman is releasing in July, and then we have Supergirl, which is in the works right now. It's actually being shot in the United Kingdom, so that's going to be the next big film they have slated for DC Studios. Let me know what you think down in the comments about this approach to Batman, Brave and the Bold, and what you think about Superman and Supergirl. Like this video, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, ring the bell for notifications, and share the video with a couple of friends and let them know to subscribe as well. With that being said, it's Neff signing off. Be safe.